Welcome back, friends, to the Dr. Thinkenshine Goes to School channel. Today, we're so delighted that you joined us, and we're also happy to have with us the Algebra Alligator. Hello, boys and girls! Woo-hoo! And our resident genius, Mathematical Victor, with his shirt on, the periodic table of elements, and his long beard. Let's give a hand clap for Mathematical Victor. Woo-hoo! Yes, welcome. Today we're going to learn about algebra.
Well, thank you, Dr. Thinkenshine, for that introduction. Hi. Today we're going to just try to define what algebra is and give you an example of how algebra is used. Algebra is basically made up of constants and variables. A constant is like a real number, like 3 or 5 or whatever. It doesn't change. That's why it's a constant number. A variable, on the other hand, is a number that varies. Like, say you might input a number for x, and then the next time you might input a different number, and it just varies. It's not a constant. Usually constant symbols, they use mainly A, B, C, M, and letters that are used for variables are usually like X and Y. X, Y, Z are usually variables. Now, a formula for a straight line in algebra is y equals mx plus b, where m is a constant, b is a constant, and y and x are your variables. And usually most formulas are solved with respect to y, whereas you input a number for x and you get a y.
This is good stuff. The Algebra Alligator is getting smarter and smarter by the minute.
Okay, let's go back to our example. Y equals mx plus b. Now, m also represents the slope of a straight line, but that's for another class. So, let's just pick a couple of constants out. For example, let's just make m equals 2, and we're going to make b equals 1. So if we input our constants into our formula, we're going to have y equals 2x plus b, which is 1. So y equals 2x plus 1, and that's our algebra formula. And this is a formula of a straight line. And we can graph this by making a chart of x and y values. And we're going to use simple substitution to come up with our y. Let's just start with an easy one. Let's make x 0. If we put x equals 0 into our formula, 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is simply 1. So our y would be 1. Are you with me?
Yeah! That's good stuff there, Mathematical Victor.
And let's make x equal 2. And if we plug 2 into for x, we get 2 times 2, which equals 4. Add 1 to it, and you got 5. So y will equal 5. And we're just going to throw one more just for good measure. Let's put 3 in. If we put 3 in for x, 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1.
It's
Y,
7! Is it 7? Ooh.
y equals 7.
Yay! You got that, boys and girls? Ooh.
And we can, lastly, to close this out, we can draw a graph. And we're going to make this our x-axis. And the vertical axis will be the y-axis. And if we go to the point that's 0 on the x, which will be right here at the origin, and up 1 on the y-axis, this will make our first point at 0, 1. Our second point, 1, 2 on the x-axis, 5, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over 2, up 5. That's our second point on the line. And for good measure, we're going to make a third point. So we got 3. So we go over 3. We already know 5 is here, so 6 and 7. We're going to go over 3, up 7. And that's our third point. And you can throw a straight line between us, and this is the line that represents our formula. And that's our algebra lesson for today.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That is so wonderful. Now just tell us one time, what is algebra? We know it's math. I'm the Algebra Alligator, but I'm still learning too.
Well, algebra is somewhat complex, but somewhat simple. This is a linear formula, because it's the formula of a line, but it could be more complex. It could be nonlinear, which is not a straight line. But remember one thing if you don't remember anything else. If you remember your properties of math, then you can master math. And your properties are the identity, the identity of multiplication and of addition, your commutative properties, your associative properties, and your distributive properties. And you can look those up. But if you memorize those and master it, you can do any form of math going up to calculus. Remember, master your properties. And wear your mask.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for this lesson. And thank you, boys and girls, for joining us. Yes. Thank you all for joining us. And Dr. Thinkenshine goes to school with the Algebra Alligator. And our resident genius, Mathematical Victor. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give us a thumbs down. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. And again, let's thank our resident genius, Mathematical Victor. Stay safe out there. Until next time, the Lord bless you, keep you, make his face shine upon you, be gracious unto you, and give you peace, power, and love. More love, boost. And thank you again to the Algebra Alligator. Stay safe, my friends.